Hey everybody, Captain Algebra here. It is the beginning of June, which means I'm here with another pickup video for May of 2017. And it was a great one. A lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. But it is probably one of my last big pickups for a while, as my wife and I are expecting our first child in November. So we're very excited for that. But that just means less money for video games, but I'm okay with that because the baby's well worth it. So let's get to the pickups because there's a lot of them. Number one, I went home visiting my family. I hadn't seen them for a while, and so I always stop at the game store up there. And so I picked up Fable 2 Guide. Okay, love Fable 2. Gone through it a few times, but I really want to go through once as perfectly good and then once perfectly evil, just to see the differences. And then I also picked up Super Mario World 2 Advance Guide from Nintendo Power. And then the only game I picked up was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus for the GameCube. I actually really enjoyed the first one that I have for the PS2. Try this one. It seems a little slower than the other one, not as fluid. But a big reason I got this was because it does have the Turtles arcade game on it. Not the port that was on the NES, the actual arcade game. And so I loved the arcade game, so I wanted to get that. Also, when I was up there, I stopped by to see my brother, and he had some birthday presents for me. Before the birthday presents, he did pick up F1 Race Complete in Box for the Game Boy. I think it was like $2 that he found it for, so I got that. And then for my birthday, he did get me Mario is Missing for the Super Nintendo. Game I'd been looking for. I know it doesn't have a lot of good things, but I like Mario games. Wanted it in the collection, so I thought I'd try it out. And then a Genesis game, which was a hidden gem from the immortal John Hancock when he was on Video for Metal Jesus. And he had talked about this when it looked interesting, so I was looking for it. My brother found it. X Mutants. Complete in box. Put a little bit of time in it. It's a fun game. And then next, my wife had gone to visit some friends, and so I ran into Madison because there are some game stores there that I hadn't been to. So I went to Half Price Books first. Got a couple complete in box GameCube or Game Boy Advance games. So we got the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. We got Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and Finding Nemo. So nothing special, but they're only a couple bucks a piece, and they're complete, and the boxes are really good shape, so I grabbed those. Then I also stopped at Pre-Played, and for the PlayStation 1, got Sled Storm, one of my favorite games as a kid. My buddy had it, and we used to play a ton of this. It was so much fun driving the sled, doing the tricks, and then you could run over like bears and squirrels and stuff and get extra points. That was always funny. And then for the PS2, Shadow of the Colossus, a game I've been looking for a while. When we visited some friends in Minneapolis last year, had played it for the first time and really enjoyed it. Controls take a little bit of getting used to, but it's a beautiful game, a lot of fun. I got to put some time into it though. And then also while I was there, I went to Best Buy because I was looking for a game and I couldn't find it in my town. And so Madison did have it. And that'd be Little Nightmares, the 6th edition for PS4. So I heard about this game from C Jedi Knight. She had talked about it in her last, I think it was pickups video. Maybe it was her PS4 collection, I don't remember. But she really recommended it. She flew through it, but said it was a great game. I've only played a little bit. It hasn't really drawn me in yet. So I do need to put some more time to it, but it looks great. It is fun, but I don't know. I don't know if it's quite my type of game. You got to sneak around a lot. All you have is a lighter, and you got to do certain things and stay away from the guys who are trying to keep you in your nightmare. But it's kind of cool. Let's see if I can take it out. You can see it comes with the little 6 figurine there. She's holding her lighter. It also has a poster. And then it does have the soundtrack on a CD in there. So hopefully get more time with that. Also went to, what's it called? GameStop. I don't spend much time there. Their prices are pretty high usually, but I found some decent stuff. So I got the PS4 version of Geometry Wars, Dimensions Evolved. I've always heard good things about Geometry Wars, so I wanted to pick that up. And then for the Wii, House of Dead Overkill. I haven't played a ton of the House of Dead games, but I love them on the Wii, just because it's so easy using the Wiimote to point and shoot. Played through the first level, a lot of fun. I love the humor in that game between the two partners. So I hope to get more time into that. And then I guess next up, I've been to Game Corner probably once a week here in my local town, and so I picked up a mini Game Boy case. So I always liked these, and I had never seen one. So there is also the bigger version, but I haven't picked that one up yet. It's a little pricey right now. We did get the Four Swords Adventures guide from Nintendo Power. And then also found a May and June of 1989 Nintendo Power with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Doesn't have the poster, but that's okay. It was only a couple bucks. And then, let's see, also picked up some Game Boy games, because now that he had opened his new store, he's got some people help stock it, and so he's got better Game Boy games. For the Game Boy Advance, we got Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, Crash Bandicoot, The New Adventure. The Huge Adventure. We've got Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. So I played through Ages, wanted to play Seasons. We got Donkey Kong Land 2, Quirk, Castlevania Adventure, and Batman. Let's see then. Also some more. We got for the Game Boy Advance, Ultimate Alliance, and then The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, but the DX version from the Game Boy Color. So I had the regular version, but I wanted the DX, so I picked that up. And then got Kabuki Quantum Fighter for the NES, complete in box. The box in beautiful shape, label's good, the manual's good. Really fun platformer. It's kind of a hidden gem if you hadn't played it. You attack with your hair, which is interesting, but you can eventually use other attacks. But it's a fun platformer and beat 'em up. Then we've got Pac-Man World 2 for the GameCube. I really enjoyed Pac-Man World for the PlayStation 1, so I wanted to try the second one. And then my big purchase from Game Corner is I'd been wanting a 3DS for a while, but if I was going to get a 3DS, it was going to be a Zelda version. And so he had one there, probably the best price I'd seen it compared to anything on eBay that I had seen. And so I actually traded in my Game Gear and the few games I had for that because I'd never played the Game Gear, and my Super Nintendo Mini, because I had the regular Super Nintendo, and I'm not a collector that needs one of each. I just need one Super Nintendo, and so I traded that in towards it, and I've got the Zelda edition of the 3DS. So I've been playing a ton of this so far. Absolutely love it. Glad I finally got it. And then while I was there, the first two games I got were the new Super Mario Brothers. So that's what I've been playing so far. I'm about halfway through that game. And then Super Mario 3D Land. I love Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, and so I wanted to pick up that game too. And now for the biggest purchase of the month was my buddy who I go visit near Milwaukee every once in a while. He has an old Super Nintendo, but he barely ever played it. The only time he played it was when I was over, and so I just mentioned, hey, if you ever want to get rid of it, let me know. I'll pick it up for you. And so I told him, what everything was worth. I'm not going to try and screw over my buddy. So then he gave me a great deal on it. I paid a lot of money for it, but for what it was worth, I got a great deal. And so before I actually show you the games I got, I'm going to talk about the games that were part of it, but I actually already had, so I sold it. So I had Donkey Kong Country, Aladdin, F-Zero, Killer Instinct, Madden 93, Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, MLBPA Baseball, NBA Jam, Super Street Fighter 2, Turtles in Time, Paperboy 2, Star Fox, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, and Super Punch-Out. So those are all games I already had, so I was able to trade that in, and I'll talk about that at the end. So then also in it was his Super Nintendo, which is beautiful, and we got some dirt on it, which will come off easily, but it's not yellow at all. It looks great. So I traded mine in and kept that version. We got two Game Boys. This one has some stripes right there, so you can't see the full screen, but it works enough. And like I said, he was just thrown in, so it's part of the deal. And then also part of it was he had a Game Boy case, so I got that. And then Was it Zebco Fishing for the Game Boy Color? So I got that. And then the games I got for the Super Nintendo. We'll go through the sports ones real quick. We got World Cup USA 94. Ken Griffey's Winning Run, the not for resale version. So this one goes for about $20, so 20 to 25. So it's a little more than the regular Ken Griffey version. So I got that now. We got Nolan Ryan's Baseball. NFL Quarterback Club 96. Madden 96. NHL 97. Bulls versus Blazers in the NBA playoffs. Bill Walsh College Football. College Football USA 97. Mark Davis, the Fishing Master. And NHLPA Hockey. And then for the actual good games, and so these are the ones that I didn't have already. We've got Clay Fighter, very fun fighting game, very unique. RoboCop 3. Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf. So I'm pretty sure I've got this for the Genesis. And I've always liked the Desert Strike and Urban Strike games. Mech Warrior. True Lies, a very, very good game from LJN. I know LJN gets a lot of crap, but this is a fantastic game. It's a lot of fun. Graphics look great. You just go around as Arnold, shooting people. You can roll and dive out of the way. It's really fun. We got Battle Clash. Yoshi Safari. Super Scope 6. So then, along with those, did get a Super Scope. Don't know if it works yet. He wasn't sure if it did, but I need a new or an older TV so I can actually try it. Because I just have some new TVs which the Super Scope and the NES Zapper don't work on. And final pile, we've got Street Fighter 2. I already had Turbo and Super Street Fighter 2. Top Gear 2, which I already had the first one. The Hunt for Red October. So just playing this when I tested it seemed like a really fun game. The first level, just being in the submarine, shooting the other submarines was really fun. We got Turn and Burn, No Fly Zone. Jurassic Park. It's a unique version. A little bit, it's a lot different from the Genesis version. So I really enjoyed the Genesis version. That one's kind of fun. I haven't got very far. I get pretty stuck quickly. But then the crown jewel of this box, which is what I really wanted when I first saw they had all the Super Nintendo games, and it's the main reason I wanted to get this lot from him. Sunset Riders. It's in beautiful condition. Such a fun game. I'm glad I found it. And so I just want to thank Brian for selling it to me and giving me a great price. So there you go. Those are all my pickups for May of 2017. A lot of stuff. Like I said, it's probably one of the last big pickups of the month, or of my months. June, I've already got a couple things, so I'll have that next time. But it won't be a ton of things. So I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Like I said, tons of good games. Make sure you check out the Weekly Retro Challenge. You have until about Tuesday to record your video if you want to get a part of it. And so Brothers Forge can host the next video. And then Video Games Monthly shipped yesterday, Friday, June 2nd. And so it should be here probably on Monday, I'm going to guess. It might get here today, but I doubt it. So thanks for watching. Till next time, this is Captain Algebra, signing off.